Welcome to the today class. In this class, we are going to see the one more power semiconductor device, that is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. See what is the disadvantage there in BJT. Almost all disadvantages will be overcome in a MOSFET. It is a combined technology of the FET and a MOS. Field effect transistor by using the concept of MOS. In this figure, we have shown the what is the structure of the MOSFET. This is the p-type material. On the p-type material, n plus type material, these two are the n-type plus materials which are diffused on the p-type material. This one is a silicon dioxide. On the surface, the silicon dioxide is placed. The metal contacts are provided to the inner n-type material. Here also, one metallic contact is provided to take the gate terminal. See here, it is a three-terminal device. It is a drain, it is a source, the gate terminal. See here, what is the physical meaning of N plus means? Highly doped N-type material is nothing but N plus. This is N plus is nothing but a highly doped. The doping level is more. Then we are going to call it as a N plus type of material. See, this is the substrate, nothing but a base on which we are providing the two N plus type material from which we have taken the drain as well as the source. See here, it is a three-terminal device. Three-terminal device. The first one is the source. The second terminal is the drain. Third one is the gate. In this circuit, here we kept a drain is always positive with respect to the source. So that's why we connect a positive voltage. In gate also the positive with respect to the source. Now we are going to see how this it is operating. Here, between the gate and source, we kept one more switch also. Initially, the switch is open. So whenever we apply the positive voltage between the gate and the source, the junction J1 is forward bias, the junction J2 is reverse bias. This is forward bias, this is the reverse bias, this junction. So nothing but the junction J1 is allowing a current, whereas junction J2 is not allowing a current. So there is no closed path for the drain current. The device will be simply operating as a open of the switch. Open of the switch. Now we are closing the switch in a gate terminal. So whenever we are closing the switch on the gate terminal here, because of this voltage, there is a field will be induced inside of the silicon dioxide. This is the silicon dioxide layer. See here minus, negative charges are accumulating. Here the positive charges are accumulating. Other side of the silicon dioxide due to this voltage. So because of this field, the electrons will be collected here. Electrons will be collected here. There is an electron channel will be formed between the junction J1 and J2. Because of this accumulation of the electrons, the junction J2 will be breaks down. Once the junction J2 is breaks down, now there is a current is passing from the There is a current is passing from the source, drain, junction J2, J1, this manner. When you are applying the gate voltage here, these are nothing but electrons. These are nothing but electrons. These electrons are formed due to the field created due to the gate terminal. So why this field is creating means because of this separation of charge carriers inside of the silicon dioxide, inside of the silicon dioxide. That's why we're calling as a this is N-channel MOSFET. There are two types of MOSFETs are there. One is N-channel MOSFET, another one is a P-channel MOSFET. This is the N-channel MOSFET. The second one is a P-channel MOSFET. But practical purpose, we are using only the N-channel MOSFET. Mostly we are using the N-channel MOSFET. Now, what is the symbolic representation of this N-channel MOSFET? See here, this is the symbolic representation. This is the gate terminal. This is the source. Here we take one more terminal. This is the drain. This is the symbolic representation. Here we are showing the arrow. This arrow indicates the flow of electrons into the device. In case of N-channel MOSFET, the current is passing here, but electrons will be passing in this manner, opposite to the direction of the current. That's why here this arrow indicates the direction of the flow of electrons. So this is the structure of the MOSFET. Now we have seen how do you on the MOSFET. It is a three-terminal device. One is source, second one is drain, third one is the gate. The source is represented with a S, drain is represented with a T, whereas the gate terminal is represented with a G. Gate terminal is represented with C. This is the symbolic representation of the MOSFET. Every time we can't draw this structure, so we are going for the symbolic representation of the MOSFET. But in case of a P-channel MOSFET, the same arrow is opposite. That's all. Same arrow is opposite, the same symbol, but the only thing is the arrow direction is opposite for the P-channel MOSFET. But here, in most of the practical application, we are using only the N-channel MOSFET, so that we are going to concentrate only the N-channel MOSFET. Now, in case of a Powertronics, how we are going to use this all devices means all the devices we are using as a switch only, nothing but on and off, on and off. So just now, in the last classes we have studied the SCR. Next triac also we have studied. This is one more device. This we can use for the low power application at a high frequency. This we can use for the low power applications where you are using means application where we are using means low power, high frequency. See here the frequency of operation of the MOSFET is far greater than the SCR. So one more important point here is the MOSFET is a voltage control device, where SCR is the current control device. So why you are saying the voltage control device? Suppose now the gate voltage is applied. If you open the switch, in the gate circuit we kept one switch. If you open the switch, nothing but we are disconnecting this voltage to the gate. So whenever we are disconnecting this gate voltage, the field is absent. When the field is absent, the electrons will be disappear. Because the junction G2 will be goes to the blocking state. Nothing but the base voltage is zero. The base voltage is zero. The MOSFET will be off. If you are giving the base voltage to the, if you apply the base voltage, the MOSFET directly goes to the on state. Now, how you are going to on and off the MOSFET? Simply applying the gate voltage and withdraw the gate. Applying the gate voltage and withdraw the gate voltage. See here, it is a voltage control device. It is a voltage control device. That you have to remember. Now we are going to study that. What are the different characteristics of a MOSFET? Metal oxide, semiconductor, field effect, transistor. The full form for the MOSFET is the metal oxide, semiconductor, field effect, transistor. Now, we are going to study the characteristics of a MOSFET. Basically, there are two types of characteristics. Okay, one is input characteristics, another one is the output characteristics. Input characteristics means this is the circuit diagram for getting the for studying the characteristics of a MOSFET. This is circuit diagram. The source is common to the both gate as well as the drain. This is the load resistance. This is the load resistance. This is the VDS, nothing but voltage across the device. This is the gate voltage. This is the gate limiting resistance. This is the gate voltage. So this is the actual voltage which is applied between the gate and the source. Because of this resistance, the some amount of voltage will be dropping in the resistance. Now, input characteristics means here the source is common to the input as well as output. So generally we are using this type of configuration only in a powertronics circuits. Okay. Now the input characteristics are nothing but it is a curve drawn between the drain current, sorry, gate current, nothing but Ig. It is a curve drawn between the, this is Ig. It is a curve drawn between the drain current and gate source voltage. See here I am mentioning it is a curve drawn between the VGS versus drain current. This current. Once the MOSFET is on, the magnitude of this current, this drain current, this is the current which is passing at this point, that is nothing but drain current. Once the MOSFET is on, the drain current is highly depending upon this voltage as well as this resistance. Now, if we draw characteristics, if you draw a graph between this voltage to this current, that is nothing but a input characteristics. Now here we have taken the gate voltage, gate source voltage here. As the gate source voltage 0 at this point, nothing but a MOSFET is off, slowly increases nearly 2 to 3 volts, nearly 2 to 3 volts. Whatever the field is creating from the gate terminal is sufficient to break down the junction J2. That is only 2 to 3 volts. Up to that value, the device in a off state mode. The device in a off state. So at this voltage, the junction J2 will be breaks down. I think just now you have seen the junction J2 will be breaks down. But before that value, that voltage is not sufficient to create a field so that it accumulates charge carriers here. So less than that voltage, the MOSFET will be operating as an open up the switch. Whenever this gate voltage more than this voltage, then the MOSFET is on. Once the MOSFET is on, now the current will be current is increased. Drain current will be increased. This it is almost a diode characteristics. It is almost a diode characteristics. But here, how much drain current is, it is highly depending upon the how much voltage we apply here and the value of load resistance. Value of load resistance. Now we are going to see the one more characteristics, that is the output characteristics. This is not the input characteristics. This is the transfer characteristics. The name here is a this is the transfer characteristics. Because here we are drawing a graph between the gate voltage to the output current, nothing but IT. That's why we're calling it transfer characteristics. It is not input characteristics. So I have to rectify this mistake. Okay. The second one is the output characteristics. In case of output characteristics, it is a curve drawn between the drain to source voltage to the drain current at a given value of gate voltage. At a given value of gate voltage. Suppose now we are fixing this gate voltage, small value. Now we are changing this voltage. Now we are going to measure this current. We are measuring this current. So if you take all these values and if you plot in the graph, on the x-axis we have taken the drain to source voltage, and the y-axis we have taken the drain current. Up to certain value, the drain current will be increases. After that, it will be saturated. If further increasing the drain voltage, the breakdowns will be occur. Breakdown will be occur. Now, if increasing the, this is, if we have taken the VG1. In second case, same experiment we are repeating by taking the higher value of the gate voltage. Now, if further increasing, this is at a VG2. This is at a VG3, like that. If you go, if further increases, goes to the resistors. Now this region, see, if you if you superimpose the load characteristics here, load resistance is there, that is the superimposed here. Here we're getting the 2 points. One is A, another one is the B. A and B. The point A is representing the on of the MOSFET, on state of the MOSFET. The point B is representing the off state of the MOSFET. Generally, we know that if the device is off, whatever the voltage we apply, the total voltage will be appears across the road. The voltage is more, but the current is lesser. That physically representing the off state of the MOSFET. Suppose if the device is on, it carrying a more current. See, it carrying at this point, it carrying more current, but the voltage drop will be lesser. The corresponding voltage drop will be lesser. This voltage drop is nothing but a this is the voltage drop across the device due to the internal resistance. Due to the internal resistance. Now here, if we draw here we are drawing the one line that is showing the this is in this region it is operating as a ohmic device. Ohmic device. It is nothing but a active region. This is the saturation. This is the next saturation. As long as we are operating the device in this region, it is operating as a switch, nothing but on and off. Suppose if you want to use the MOSFET as an amplifier, then you have to operate in this region. We never operate in the saturation region. We never operate in the saturation region. Right? But as per the power trend concern, we are bothering about how we are going to operate this device as a switch only. Nothing but what we can understand from this one means if you apply the base voltage to the SCR, sorry, base voltage to MOSFET for a given voltage between the drain and source, for a given voltage between the drain and source, for given voltage between the drain and source, for given voltage between the drain and source, if you apply the gate voltage, sufficient amount of the voltage, nothing but a trigger voltage more than the trigger voltage. See, just now we have seen this characteristic more than this voltage. This we are calling as a VGST. This we are simply calling as a VGST. Gate trigger voltage. A threshold voltage or the threshold voltage. The voltage is more than this, gate voltage is more than this value. The field is sufficient to drive the device MOSFET into the on state. The voltage, if the gate voltage, if you withdraw, the device will goes to the off state. So as for the power trend is concerned, whatever the device it is, we are using as switch only. We are using as a switch only. See here you have to make a note here. Initially we have taken these are two characteristics of the MOSFET. Just I want to summarize today class. We have seen the construction of the MOSFET. Now how we are going to operate the MOSFET as a switch. We have seen. Next, it is a three-terminal device. The name for the three-terminal is source, drain, gate. The two types of MOSFETs are there: N-channel MOSFET and P-channel MOSFET. The application of the MOSFET is the low power, high frequency. So what are the disadvantages in BJT? Almost all disadvantages we can overcome by going for the MOSFET. The switching frequency of the MOSFET is far greater than the SCR, far greater than the SCR. Now here we study the characteristics of the MOSFET. There are two characteristics are there. One is the transfer characteristics and one is the output characteristics. In case of a transfer characteristics, it is a curve drawn between the drain current to the gate voltage and the drain current. From this graph, we can say that the gate voltage less than the threshold voltage, the MOSFET will be operating as a open of the switch. If the gate voltage more than the threshold voltage, the MOSFET will be operating as a closing of the switch. Next, from the transfer characteristics, it is the characteristics drawn between the drain current and Drain source voltage we have seen here. It has the two regions. One is ohmic region and one the active region. In ohmic region, the device will be operating a switch. The active region, you can use the MOSFET as an amplifier. In saturation, from this point, it is a saturation region. We should not operate in a saturation region. If you operate in saturation region, the device will be also. Now, here the main disadvantage, it is very simple MOSFET. Nowadays, it is a very recent device. Nowadays, so much of modification is there for the MOSFET construction. The main disadvantage of this simple construction is that it has a high amount of internal resistance for this N channel. So more amount of power is wasted here. So to decrease the internal resistance of a MOSFET, nowadays practically so much of modifications are occurs in MOSFET so that it improves the power rating as well as by decreasing the internal resistance of the device. Thank you very much for your attention on this lecture. That is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Keep in mind, it is a voltage controlled device. One more thing is, it is a power tronic device. It is a power. Thank you very much for your attention in the basic power tronic course. Thank you.